Golf Central on YouTube. Brought to you by the Chrome Soft Golf Ball from Callaway.
And hello again, I'm Rich Lerner. Good one underway here at the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, the house that Arnie built. And the Canadian Corey Connors equaled the 16th hole twice in 2 days. 69 after opening in 66, looking for his second career win. Martin Laird won here in 2011. McIlroy in 2018, 71 today. Viktor Hovland's been on a ton of leaderboards in recent months. Bryson DeChambeau is right there, only 3 shots back. Spieth 4 behind after a gutsy 69 with an all-world up and down at the last hole. But it's Rory McIlroy sitting 2 shots back, in good position headed to the 3rd round.
Rory, you said yesterday was sort of a day of patience, taking a page out of Tiger's book, picking your moments and getting around with what you called perhaps the best round of the year. How would you describe today's effort?
Yeah, today was a bit more of a battle, but stayed patient. You know, I picked off 3 of the par 5s, which is good around here. When I put it in trouble, I got it out of trouble. A couple of really loose tee shots. One on the 8th hole, I made bogey from there. One on 13, I made bogey from there. So hit a few better shots coming down the stretch, but just going to go and work on a couple things here on the range.
How do you fine-tune things between now and tomorrow to keep it going?
I think it's pretty simple. I just got too much. The club was sort of rotating a lot through impact. I just need to sort of stabilize it a little more. Maybe just hit a few more sort of hold shots, get my body working a little bit better through the shot. So as I hit a couple of those coming in, and sort of held a 5-iron on 17 and held a nice 8-iron in there on 18, and they felt a little better. So just going to try to sort of groove that feeling in before tomorrow.
How do you use your past success here as something to lean on in the next few days?
I mean, I think it's not, I think with the way the course is playing and with the weather coming in, if you get it to double digits under par this weekend, you're going to have a really good chance. So as I said, around here, you don't need to do anything special. You just need to be really solid, limit your mistakes. And I feel like it was a day out there today that I sort of did that. Some good up and downs on the front 9. It could have been a round that I could have shot 74, 75. I got in with 71, and I'm pretty happy with that.
That's what the high-level professionals do. They turn 74s into 71s, hit 10 greens in regulation, 3 fewer than in round 1. However, he leads the field in strokes gained putting, had 10 one-putts in his first 12 holes. So 71 today, 66 yesterday. McIlroy in a good spot. How about Bryson DeChambeau? 8 fairways, 10 greens, 27 putts. Sort of hung in there, made a couple of late birdies. There's a lot of focus on that 6th hole. Would he attempt to drive it? Didn't quite work out that way. The wind sort of came back at him. Ended up making par after making birdie there yesterday, but that was the talk in golf. What would Bryson do at hole number 6?
The wind actually switched off the left and in. It was really weird. I mean, Jordan and I were talking about it down the fairway. We were like, man, he was like, that's the only reason I played this week was to see you hit it over the lake, and he's joking about it, giving me a hard time even. But, there's just sometimes where, the wind, again, like I said, today was swirling, and it turned back in on us a little bit. And so hopefully if it's downwind, consistently downwind, and I'm comfortable with it, I'll take it up by the green. But today wasn't an opportunity again. Everybody thinks it was, but no matter what they say, you weren't in that situation, couldn't feel the wind. I did not play my best, that's for sure. I didn't get off to a good start. Hit a squirrely tee shot off the first tee and just never really got going. Felt like the wind kind of didn't help me in the situations where I felt like it could have, and wind was kind of moving all around today, and so it was difficult to manage. And wedge game and wedges were quite honestly some of the worst I've had in a long time. So I got to go figure that out. But putting felt much better today. Excited about that. Driving still pretty good. I think it feels fine. It's just a couple of things didn't go my way today.
Here's something that did work out. He made 3 twos today, birdied 3 of the 4 par 3s, and entering the week, trailing only Stuart Sink in par 3 scoring average on the PGA Tour. Brandel Chambly pointed out that power is an advantage not only off the tee, but in hitting irons. If somebody else is hitting 5-iron to a par 3, you have a better chance to land it soft if you have 8-iron in your hand, and that is so often the case with Bryson DeChambeau. Viktor Hovland, how about this? Top 6 in 6 of his last 7 worldwide starts with a win in Mexico. Hovland birdied 3 of his last 4. 23-year-old is the 13th ranked player in the world. And yet again, he's a factor going to the weekend.
It feels pretty similar to where I was at Mayakoba. That was kind of the beginning of where my game was starting to kind of settle in, if I can use that term. I'd say even since then I've gotten maybe a little bit better around the greens, maybe a hair more speed, nothing significant, but I just kind of feel more comfortable with what I was doing. Even at Mayakoba, it was new and I was kind of going through it. It was working, but now I'm more comfortable with the changes.
What's the mental key to kind of riding this hot streak of being in contention in the mix week in and week out?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier when you're playing well. You just kind of let it all happen. The only thing is that you just can't be too frustrated when you make a couple of bogeys or make a couple of mistakes. Just kind of get out of there as easily as possible and just trust that you're going to make enough birdies to keep up. It's a lot harder when you're not playing well and fighting to make cuts.
Viktor Hovland is chasing this guy, Corey Connors, who backed up his opening 66 with a 69. Connors quietly having a pretty good season with 7 top 25s, 3 top 10s, 1 win to his credit. That was a couple of years ago at the Valero Texas Open. Let's hear now from a couple of the front runners, beginning with that man.
Yeah, it was really solid today. I didn't hit as many shots close to the hole as I did yesterday to give myself as many birdie chances, but was really happy with how I grinded out a bunch of pars today. I was in some tricky spots, and yeah, overall really solid day. Nice to finish off with a strong back nine.
How, if at all, is this golf course changing maybe through the week that you've seen?
Yeah, it's definitely crisping up a little bit. Some of the greens are getting a little firmer, and I expect that to continue. See about rain tomorrow, but I was getting a little crispy out there coming in the last few holes. So it's definitely firmed up a lot, but it's in amazing shape. So it's yeah, great to be out here.
Yeah, obviously good feelings about this place after winning here, but this course, I like it. It's a hard golf course. I feel like it's a course you really got to pick your spots where to. There's 2 or 3 times that I said to my caddy, it doesn't even matter where the pin is. You're just trying to get it middle of the green. And I like golf courses like that where you really got to kind of pick your way around it and pick your spots to be aggressive. So hopefully I can keep making good decisions the next 2 rounds and see what happens.
How do you think things might change with the weather expected to roll in tomorrow?
Yeah, I saw it's to be a little wet tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know how bad it's to be, but definitely change. This course is getting really firm and fast, especially around the hole, so that'll change. But it's still going to be tough. So nothing's going to change for me. Just going to focus on what I can do and see what happens.
And one more look at the leaderboard. Weather is supposed to turn tomorrow, rainy and cooler. See how that affects the scoring. Remember, 4 under 1 at last year. We think it's going to be, obviously, at this point, 9, but significantly better. But all bets off when the weather makes a turn for the worse. Here's the schedule on Golf Channel. Golf today with Shane and Damon. Then the pregame show, Brandel's Along. Coverage at 12:30 of the API, then 2:30 on NBC, the LPGA at 2:30 on Golf Channel. And we're back to wrap it all up, 6 o'clock Eastern Time on Golf Central.